Well, the key game this afternoon is being played in New Jersey. It is the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants, and what it means simply is this. If the Bears win it, they will be the wild card in the NFC. They will open up the playoffs on CBS a week from tomorrow in Dallas. It would be Chicago and Dallas, meaning the second game on that card would be Minnesota at Los Angeles. However, if the New York Giants beat the Bears and they are tied 3-3 just going into the third quarter, then, of course, Washington would qualify for the playoffs, and it would mean that Minnesota would open in Dallas and Washington would play Game 2 out in Los Angeles. Let's take you around the league right now and get you up to date with all the scores. There they are, and they still have not kicked off to start the second half. Atlanta and New Orleans. The Saints trying to come back after that nightmare of a week ago. It is 14-7 Falcons. St. Louis and Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers may have a winning streak going. Philadelphia and the New York Jets, it took them an entire season, but the Eagles may have finally discovered a field goal specialist. Nick Mickemeyer, 2 field goals in the first half, 20-0, they are burying the Jets. And in a game the Bengals must win, they are losing. Houston, though, missed an extra point, and maybe, as Jimmy the Greek said, they will go into overtime. Green Bay and San Francisco, the 49ers have just snapped back after trailing by a score of 7-3. We can check in now on some of the highlights. Chicago and the New York Giants, and the big story there, unfortunately, is that it is a miserable, miserable afternoon. No chance at all for Walter Payton to do his thing. This will give you an idea. Parsons punting for Chicago. Sankey to return for the Giants. Watch the ball. Slips free. Rather recovered for Chicago. They could not score a touchdown. Bob Thomas, a 32-yard field goal. 3-0. Bears. Joe Danello answered it with a 38-yarder, tied at 3. Walter Payton, dropped by Ray Rhodes, was held to -5 yards in the first half. As a matter of fact, Irv, the Giants outrushed Chicago 103-12.
Nobody expected that, obviously, but the Giants do have a great defensive line, and they've done a great job all year against the rush. But down in Atlanta, other things are going on right now. The New Orleans Saints are trying to get on track after that upset loss to Tampa Bay last week, and they trailed at halftime 14-7 to the Atlanta Falcons, and Woody Thompson puts the Falcons on top right away with this touchdown run, and they lead 7-0 in the second quarter. Arkowski goes to the airwaves in this particular play, hits Farmer. Farmer takes the ball down to the 14-yard line, allowing Haskell Stanback to carry it from there down to the 1, and Mr. Stanback answers the call again, only this time he goes in for the touchdown. Atlanta leads 14-0. Archie Manning late in the second quarter puts the Saints on the board with this particular pass to Henry Childs. He hits him in the end zone, and the Saints go out that way at halftime. Atlanta 14, New Orleans 7.
Irv, St. Louis and Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers, of course, return home after upsetting New Orleans and winning the first victory in the history of the franchise a week ago. Cardinals with the ball. Hart going over the middle, and Cotney will pick it off for the Buccaneers. Huff, their quarterback, looking for Novak. And the suddenly potent Buccaneers have got the ball on the Cardinals' 20. Lewis Carter to score as the Buccaneers get 6 points in the first quarter for the first time in their history. And they weren't finished. Early in the second quarter, Huff, Morris, Owens make it 6 more, and the extra point made it 14-0. The embarrassed Cardinals come back. Hart, Harris at the 10, and it was Wayne Morris running it in for the touchdown. 14-7, Tampa Bay leading. The San Francisco 49ers have come back against the Green Bay Packers. The game is being played in Milwaukee, and the field conditions there are vastly better than they are over in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Here is Plunkett, and Willie Buchanan of the Pack picks it off. Green Bay could not get a touchdown. Marco kicked a 27-yard field goal. It was 3-0. But the 49ers drove 75 yards, 16 plays. Plunkett to Washington for the touchdown. They lead it 7-3. So let us now leave New York and return you to the various stadiums.